Hey guys, welcome to Pleiadian Point of View. I'm Peyton with Peyton Energetics, and I'm a Pleiadian channel and starseed coach. So in today's video, I want to have the Pleiadians address a question that I have been getting asked a lot. And that is, what do we do as lightworkers and starseeds when our partners are at a very different vibrational level? Maybe you have a partner who is not coming along with you on the spiritual path, has no interest in any of the stuff we talk about in these videos. What do you do? I have been getting this question from a lot of people, so I wanted to ask the P's to address this today. Now, before we jump into this very important topic of unsupportive partners, or even just partners who are maybe not coming along with you on the awakening journey, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button if you haven't done that yet. Now, this is an issue that a lot of people are facing right now, where they are in relationships or have close family members who are not coming along on the awakening journey. And this, of course, takes many flavors. You may have a partner or family member who has no interest in the spiritual path. You may have someone who seems to be completely asleep, very much still engrossed in the matrix, still pulled into all of those 3D toys. So what do you do as a lightworker and starseed? How do you navigate having close relationships with people who seem to be at a very different vibrational level than you are? So I asked the P's to chime in on this, to give us a little bit of perspective, a little bit of advice as to how do we handle this in our daily life, because it seems to be affecting a lot of people. Now, the first thing that the P's had to say when I asked them about this is they wanted to remind us and to kind of caution us to be careful with thinking we know where someone else is. And this is something that's really tempting. We can look at other people, and as light workers and starseeds, we're pretty sensitive to energy right now. So we are pretty good right now at sensing where someone else is in the awakening process, to telling if someone is on denser timelines or on higher timelines. This is something that most of us have been working on for a really long time. But the P's wanted to remind us that we don't always know where someone else is. And in these energies in particular, which, as we know, the energies, both solar and galactic, are getting stronger by the day. And one thing that happens in these very intense energies is people are waking up very quickly. So it may appear to us that someone is solidly asleep, solidly still on a 3D timeline. And when we are talking about this, when we are talking about denser timelines or people who appear to still be what we would consider to be not on the spiritual path, or we love to use the words not awake, I'm never saying this from the perspective of judgment. We are talking only about energetics, about what someone's vibration is. So never think that we're getting into ego when we're having this conversation. That's not what we're talking about. Say, for example, you have folks in your life who you really love. These are relationships you really value. You don't want to lose these people, but they are at what seems to be a much denser vibration. And they may be very, very attached to that. They may have no interest in hearing about spiritual topics. They may have no interest in meditating and grounding and doing all the things that are really important to us as, people on their awakening journey. So what do you do? First off, the P's are encouraging us not to think we know where they are, because that can change very quickly. And a great example with this is that I have always kind of considered my family to be fairly asleep. And I have mentioned this in a couple of videos that my family, for the most part, doesn't really have a huge interest in any of this stuff. I was always kind of that black sheep who was exploring things that the rest of the family kind of rolled their eyes at. But what I have noticed in the past even couple of months is that some of my family members who seemed to be most committed to staying asleep have done an abrupt change. All of a sudden, family members who I thought would never open their mind to this are starting to ask me about aliens. They are starting to ask about extra dimensional beings. They are starting to want to know, what is it with all of this energy stuff? How does it work? and it has blown my mind. So the first piece of advice for you, if you find yourself in this situation of being a little concerned that your friends, your kids, your family, even your partner is on a different page than you, is that it doesn't mean they're going to stay there. So never underestimate the value of planting seeds. So another thing that the P's always say is very important in this conversation is that we be careful not to force other people. And the Pleiadians have talked about this in some recent videos where they talked about this being one of the places where the spiritual community can kind of get into a little bit of sticky territory, where many in the spiritual community have viewed it as their job to wake up the world, right? So much of that happens in the spiritual community. But what the P's lovingly point out, and it is always loving because so often when we slide into this territory of thinking we have to wake other people up, the P's always remind us we're getting into ego. Because whenever we think that someone else needs to change, what happens? We are almost always coming from the position of thinking we know better, right? That we have the answer, that they need to change. And, generally we are coming from a good-hearted place. We're trying to help and be of service. But when we think we have to change someone else or that someone else is getting it wrong, we're coming from ego. We are judging other people. And that's never where we want to be. So if you are looking at family members or loved ones or partners who you really wish would come with you on this awakening journey, the P's are always kind of just encouraging us to make sure we're not getting into judgment about this, that we're not finding them wrong, thinking that they have to change. Because what happens when we do this, even when we come from a great intention, we're getting into judgment and ego. And when we do that, it's a natural part of being human, y'all. We all slide into it. But what happens is we lower our vibration. And that's not what we're after, right? We want to keep our vibration as high as possible. So always kind of pulling ourselves back when we get into that mode of thinking we have to wake other people up is catching ourselves so that we don't get into ego and judgment with them of thinking we know best. Because as the Pleiadians say, we never know what's best for another soul. And so when we are thinking we have to wake up our partner, our kids, our parents, we are saying essentially that we know better than their soul does. And we don't want to be in that territory, right? We don't know what someone else's soul journey is, no matter how much we think we have the answers. So we want to be super careful when we're thinking that we know what someone else should do. So what the P's encourage us to do after giving us those two little kind of areas to be aware of, be a little cautious of, what do we do? Well, the first thing that the P's recommend is to view your role as being a role model. So the best thing you can do to help family members, friends, partners who may be a little slower on the awakening journey is to be a role model, to show them what life can be like, to show them another way to deal with negative beliefs, negative emotions, to be that role model, as opposed to someone who is forcing them to change. Because let's face it, y'all, most of us, how much do we like it when someone tells us we're wrong, that we need to do something different? Well, if you are a starseed, you probably can't stand that. So that's where a lot of our family members are coming from, right? No one wants to be told that they're wrong, that they're not doing it properly. So a better way to go about it is often to just do your thing. Because if you focus on your spiritual practice, getting your vibration as high as you possibly can, holding it there as often as you can, and sending love to any family members or partners who seem to be maybe lagging a bit in your opinion. As you do that, you are offering them a higher vibration. Because what happens as you do your thing, kind of mind your business without trying to force your knowledge, your wisdom on others, is you offer them a higher frequency. because you are keeping a higher frequency. Whereas when you are looking at your family members and pitying them or getting concerned that they're going to be left behind, all that's happening is you're lowering your own vibration. You're not helping them at all. So the way we help others who may seem to be making denser choices is by holding your space, answering questions when they come to you. Because if we try to force this information on people who aren't ready or aren't interested, y'all, it's going to go in one ear, out the other anyway. So it's really important to let others come to you when they're ready. Because as I said at the beginning, people are changing and awakening so fast in these energies that someone could be dead asleep and almost overnight completely transform. So don't write your loved ones off, thinking that they're a lost cause, they're not getting it, because they may surprise you. It does not take anything these days for someone to have a radical awakening. And so by holding your space, not trying to force things on your family members, you support them in doing that. Because what's happening as you hold your vibration without, getting into that judgment, you offer that to your family. And what happens is it starts to lift them up. Because if you are surrounding them, anytime you are with them, with the energy of love, loving them where they are on their journey, what happens is you are constantly feeding them the frequency of love. So what happens is you are constantly lifting them up. Now, that's a much better position to be than you matching their energy and dropping off of your high timeline because you're judging them or pitying them or worrying about them. So what the P's encourage us in these situations where we're afraid that loved ones are going to be left behind in this ascension process is to support them by making a frequency of love available to them as often as possible. So these are a couple little pointers for how you can help out those loved ones and partners who may seem to be dragging their feet a little bit on the awakening journey. We never know where someone else is coming from, and we never know what their soul intentions are. So the best way you can be of service is by holding your frequency and sending them love wherever they are. Because as you do that, you honor them as the creator of their reality. And they are just as powerful of a creator as you are. So holding your vibration is the best way to be of service to your family, as we are all kind of finding our way through this awakening process. So let me know in the comments below what questions you have for the Pleiadians. And if you want to learn all these fabulous techniques that the Pleiadians talk about, click the link in the description to work with me one-on-one. So I hope this has helped you navigate some of those kind of sticky family relationships. Let me know in the comment box what else you need to know. And I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.